Right, now let's open the command prompt and see. Right, Java is test.java. Right, now it will ask me to enter the name. If it is 1, it would display. If it is 7, it would display Sunday. If it is 8, that would display invalid input. Now very easy, right? Now you will have done this already. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about how to use the switch statement. Switch. Right now, how to use the switch statements in order to get the thing done. How to deal with the switch. Because we have already discussed about if conditions, nested ifs, else ifs, everything we discussed, right? Therefore, let's go and talk about how to deal with switch statement. Right. Now, before I go that, again, I'm asking if you have any questions with regards to if conditions, please ask quickly. If you have any questions with regards to if conditions, please ask quickly. No questions, right? Silence means no questions. No? Right. Okay, then we are going to talk about the switch statement. Right. When it comes to switch statements, the same thing. Now here the same thing can be. Now here we have used several if-else ifs. No? Now this could be replaced using a switch statement. Right now, switch. We need to declare switch statement using the switch keyword. And here we need to have an expression. Now expression in the sense, the variable. Now we are checking the D value here. Whatever. Then we need to have the variable, the expression. And we need to have the whatever the bodies statements for this switch. Right. Then inside the switch, now what are the values that D variable can have? What are the values the variable D can have? We're going to call those as cases. Case. Then we can define case. Now, if it is D equals 1 means case 1. If it is case 1, what we need to do? Let's say we want to display Monday. If it is case 1, Monday. And if it is case 2, let's say if it is case 2, Tuesday. Likewise, we can have it. Right. Now, again, when you are working with the switch statements, right, there's one thing you need to remember that for the time being, we'll have, let's say we have only 2 cases. Now, if you run this, now let's say if you enter 1, now from the if condition, it would display Monday first, right? And from the switch statement also, it would display Monday, and then it would display Tuesday as well. Because the first case matching found, this matched with the variable D value. Therefore, hereafter it will print everything. Therefore, in order to avoid that, after each case, remember to use the break statement. A break. Every case use a break statement. Then, since case 1 display Monday, then break. Once it hit the break, it will exit from the switch. It will exit from the switch. And after the case 2, you could put the break state. likewise. Then now if it is case 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, likewise we can go ahead. Case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Right, right. Now, like this, you could do it. Now, if you run this program, if it is 1, then it will display only Monday. If it is 2, it will display only Tuesday. If it is 3, it will display only Wednesday. If it is 4, it will display Thursday. If it is something else, right now, here in the switch, because we have defined only 7 cases, no? Then it will give you an error saying, now, okay, 8, right? Now, first one, it says invalid input because if condition gives me the else statement, but in the switch statement, we have no matching clause. Therefore, you will not see anything here because there is no matching clause. Since there is no matching clause, it won't display this. Right. Therefore, in order to have this, if you want, then if you want to have the else statement, right now, optionally, here we can have the default. We need to have the default statement. In the default statement, if you want, here you could say invalid input, invalid input. In the default statement, we can say invalid input. Right now, if you enter anything else, then it will display invalid input. Right now, remember that if you forget to put the break statement here for an example, let's say 4 and 5, if you forget to put the break statement for case 4 and 5, right? If you enter date as 3, then it will display only Wednesday. But if you display 4, right now you can see it will display Thursday, that is the matching course, and then no break statement, therefore it will display Friday, and then it will display Saturday. And once it, right now, once it goes there, right now, here in the Saturday, once it goes there, it will hit the break statement, then it will exit from the, now that's why it is a must, right? When it is necessary, you need to put, when it is necessary, you need to put the break statement. When it is required, you need to put the break statements, right? Okay, try out this quickly. Right. Then I think you have tried this. Okay, let's try out. Okay, now when you enter, what? Okay, the month number, you need to display the respective month name. You have to just quickly edit the things. Try out quickly. Now, when you enter the month number, you have to display the month name. Try out. And also implement a calculator using like operator using a calculator using a switch statement. You ask user to enter the operator and you check the operator. If it is plus operator, you perform the addition and you send the output. Likewise, okay, write a Java program, takes a month number as input and write a Java program which takes write a Java program to calculate that takes two numbers and operator and as inputs as inputs and prints the corresponding result based on the operator. Right. Okay. These two I want you to do quickly and send me the answer. Right. Quickly do it. Let me share the answers first what I have received for the month. First question. Right. This is it. Right. Now, whoever who has sent this code, yes, technically this is right, but as a habit, you better, when you're writing the class names, you better have the class name start with a capital letter, right? If it says January, if it is May, and if you enter invalid date, invalid number, it says invalid input. This is how we do the first one, right? And for the second one, now you need to get the user number. What is the first number? Operand one. Let's say enter number one. And then we'll have it in X. So for X, right? Then we'll can have number two. Then we can have Y equals next int, and then we can have the operator, the operator, and operator. Let's say I'm going to take it as a char value. Okay, char OPR is equals to scanner dot next method will take the first string separated by the space. There I want to get the zeroth index value, zeroth index character, therefore char at. Then I'm gonna use switch operator OPR if it is now character, right? Now operator variable gonna contain character values. Therefore, I need to use single quotes because I'm talking about a character now. If it is plus, then I need to do result is result x plus y. And if it is minus, I need to display the result is x minus y. If it is multiplication or the product, it has to display result is x multiplied by y. If it is division, x divided by y. If it is modulus, x modulus y. Right. If it is anything else at the moment, I'm going to say invalid operator. If you want only, you need to have the default. Otherwise, you don't need. Number one, 10 and 5. Operator addition gives you 15 if it is 10 and 2 multiplication. 20 if it is 10 divided by 4. Right, sorry, 10, 4 division. You get 2 because now it will give you an integer division. You know the reason? Because you have taken two inputs as integers and then you do the integer division. Therefore, the output going to be an integer value. Right. If you want to change it, let's cast into float. Oh my God, float. Likewise, you get the answers in decimal format as well. And if you get the modulus, you get the result as 1. And if it is unknown value, let's say if you enter the number 45, number 2, 45, and operator, then it would say invalid operator. And this is how you do it. Right. Now, as the next exercise, quickly do it. Ask user to enter a number, sorry, a letter, and check whether the given letter is a vowel or not using a switch. Use the entered value, whether it is a vowel or not. Do it using a switch. Okay, quickly do it. Right. Any questions? If you have, please ask under Java a switch, and then we can move. What else we can have as the expression? Now here we have tried with the integer values, and then we have tried with the string values and the character values. Okay, can we try using a switch statement whether the given number is a odd or even? Can you try out quickly? Using a switch statement, just try out whether the given number is an odd or even. Using a switch, try out. You don't need a given number odd or even. And also, display number of days in a month. Display number of days using a month. Yes. When you say let's say month 1, that means January, no? Right? Then it's 31 days. Right. And like you can easily find out like January, okay, which month has 31 days? So I think Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. December 31, January 31, December 31, January 31 days. Let's say if it is not a leap year, February going to have 28 days. March 31 days, April 30 days. Is it April? April 30 days, May 31. June 30 days, July 31, August, how many days? August 31, September 30. Right now, display the number of days in a month. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. I received the answer for the first one. Let's see. Now, bracket is- well, likewise, you can check. Okay. Do this one as a second one quickly. Right. Nah, good. Okay, good, good. In the month, you get the 1 to 12, 31st, okay. Right. Then if you say 1, it would soon a month has 31 days. Likewise, it will display. I think now that is enough of doing switch exercises. And here we can have the wrapper classes and the wrapper objects along with the enumerated list. Also, you can use with the switch statement. All right, okay. One more. Let me show this code as well. Taken as a string. First letter capital. Yeah, right. Okay. Good. Right. Now we have discussed about the switch statements. All right. Now, rather using multiple else statements, you could use a switch statement. Here, now we have done this. Now the here this expression could be a byte, char, int, string, likewise, and after Java 5 enums and after Java 7, you can have wrappers as well. And remember the case statements. Now here the case statements must evaluate to a same type of the switch expression. Like now here, if you have declared an integer value, now this case values also should have integer values. And then for the cases, you can only have constant values. You can't have fluctuating values. Therefore, it should be a constant value. Right. The case constant must evaluate to the same type as a switch expression. That remember. Right. Then, as a rules, remember, if you want, you can write down as well. Right now, if you want, you can write down that when it comes to switch statements, but you can't have duplicate cases. Duplicate cases or the duplicate values are not allowed. Switch case, the value of switch case must evaluated to switch expression variable. Right. Which expression or the variable type? It is a must evaluate, must match to, and using break is optional. If you want, you can use. And using default statement. Default statement also optional. Using break statement is optional. Using default statement is optional. The value of a switch case must be constant. Duplicate. Okay, the value of a switch statement must be constant. Duplicate cases or duplicate values are not allowed. Value of the switch case must be evaluated to. Must be constant. Must be evaluated to. Switch expression variable type. Using break is optional. Using default statement is optional. Now these are things you need to remember when you are dealing with switch statements. Right. Now we are going to looping constructs. In Java, we're going to talk about main three looping constructs. Name as like for loop, while loop, do while loop, likewise. Therefore, initially I'm going to talk about the while loop. Right. When it comes to a while loop, right now, if you want to repeat the same thing again and again, we can go ahead with a looping construct. No? Then we're going to have the while. In a while loop, here we need to have the condition. Whatever the condition we're gonna in order to check. If the condition is as long as condition is true, it's gonna execute the body statement. Until the condition become false, it will repeat it. It will continuously run the body statements. Therefore, when you are using a loop, you need to make sure every time it runs, it should make a progress towards its termination. Otherwise, the loop will not stop. Then it might run continuously, infinite. Right. Then let's see if I want to print, like if you go to your childhood time right now, you can see when you do a small mistakes, like your teachers might ask you to write, I will never do this again, like 100 times. Or likewise, you might have asked to write. Then, in order to remind those as well, let's see. I want you to write something, let's say, hello world for 10 times. If I want to write hello world for 10 times. If I want to run, then I can write a while loop. While, let's say if I write true, while true, and then the body statements. Hello world. Now you can see this is infinitely running because the condition is true always. Now you can see this is infinitely running. Right now, if you want to see how many times it has run, by pressing Ctrl C, you could have an interrupt. Now, for an example, how many times this has run, I will show you. I equals 0 and hello world plus I plus plus. Right now, if I run this, now you can see this is running infinite. How many times this has run already? Now this has run more than 90,000, 100,000 times the program has run. See? Now, this is what you call as infinite loops. Why? The condition is always true. The loop does not make a progress towards its termination. Right? Therefore, now this is infinite loop. If you encounter such a situation, press Ctrl S, Ctrl C, so Ctrl C in order to have an interrupt, in order to provide a keyboard interrupt. Type Ctrl C, that will stop. Right now, let's change this to I want to display up to 10 numbers. Then I would say I start from 0, I less than 10. Every time I want to display the I value, and thereafter every time it displays the I value, I want to increase the I value by 1. Right. Now you can see it will start from I equals 0 I have given, and then it will start from 0. Then it goes up to 9. It will display 9. When I become 9, 9 less than 10 true, then display 9, I become 10. 10 less than 10 become false. Therefore, loop get stopped because the condition is false. Therefore, the loop get stopped. Okay, try out this and thereafter try to display 1 to 100 numbers. Okay, 1 to 100, not 0 to 100, 1 to 100. Try out quickly. Right, now it's very easy, right? Now 1 to 100 numbers, I ask you to do it. Then if it is 1 and less than, even if you want 100 included, 101, no less. You can see is equals to 100, and then you can run this. Now, this will run up to 100, starting from 1 up to 100. Now try to change, okay, to display only even numbers in between 1 to 100. Display only even numbers in between 1 to 100. Right, for the people, those who have sent the answers to me so far, thank you very much. Right, I really appreciate your work. Displaying only the even numbers very easy, right? What you have to do? Put an if condition there. If I modulus 2 is equals to 0. If it is equal to 0, then only we need to display thy value, and then anyway you have to increase thy value by 1. Since only one number, so one, like since I have not used the brackets, immediate line after the if condition will take as its body statements. Therefore, it will take the first line after the if condition as its body. Right, and then try to do it, get the sum or the total of numbers in between 1 to 10. Get the total of numbers in between 1 to 10. Okay, quickly do it. Okay, right. What do you have to do? Now 1 to 100 numbers. Let's say we need to get the sum value. No, then in sum equals 0. Then you can display the I value if you want, and then you can have the sum value equals sum plus equals I and I plus plus, and then finally we will display after this while loop total is if it is up to 100, 5050. Likewise, it will display. Right. Okay, try to print numbers from 10 to 1. Okay, 1 to, okay, 10 to 1 we need to do, then I equals 10. Right, now we don't need the sum. While I value is greater than 0, then have minus minus. Then you could do 10 to 1. Right, now bring the powers of 2. Then it has to display 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. Likewise, and quickly print it. Right, now the second one is to print the, you ask user to enter positive number and then print the multiplication table of that number. For an example, if it is factorial 4, that calculated by 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. If it is factorial 3, that calculated by 3 into 2 into 1. Find the factorial value. For an example, if you use enters 2 and 3, you need to get 2 to the power 3, which is 8. 4 questions are given. Okay, try out quickly and send me the answers. I equals 1, the number equals 2. Why you have to have number equals 2, right? Can you do in a different manner? Yes, that is also possible way. Right now, you can say number is equals 2. That's it. While number is less than or equals to 2, 5, 6, we have to do this. We can display the number. We can multiply number by 2. Then it will display the powers of 2 up to 256. This is how it's going to display. Alright. And then the next question is what? Positive integer and then print the multiplication table. Right. Okay, then we have to take the scanner for this purpose. Right, I'll give you, right, only Chamodi has sent me the answer. Right, okay, 2. And Nimashi also has sent me. Others also quickly try out. Then I'll show you the answer. Then the second one we'll do to take a user input. We get the scan using the scanner. We can get the input and a number, right? And thereafter up to okay, I equals 1, I less than equals to 15. Number multiplied by, let's have some space. By x plus 5. This is how you do it, right? Okay, the next one, two numbers entered through the keyboard. You have to raise one first number to the first number as the base, second number as the power. Now these two are done. Last two questions. You have maximum 6 minutes for in order to complete these two. Quickly do it, and then we have to start with the do while loop. And enter power into the base. Good. Power, that is P, and okay, let's say result equals 1 while, but now how can you do this? How can you do that? Yes, anyone?
Base should be run
Sorry?
make bake base
Yes, base value.
result base value should multiply until the
The power number of power
power.
times.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then right. If you want, you can do it like I is equals to 1, and then I less than I less than I less than equals to power times. Each time you can say result is equals to result multiplied by numbers. And yes, we need to increase the I value by 1. Then you can say number to power like base 2 power is result. 2 to the power is equals 8. 2 to the power 5 is 32. Power 5 is 32. Likewise, you can have it. Right. The last one is calculating the factorial value. Right, who did that? Okay, Chamodi has submitted the answer. Right. Anyone else? We can have the result of the factorial value. Yes, tell me how to calculate the factorial. You need to take only one number. Again, I less than or equals to n number of times. Result equals result multiplied by I value and I increase. Factorial 5 means 4 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which is 120. Factorial 1 is 1 and even factorial 0 is 1. That's correct. Now the problem is even if it is factorial negative values, also it will display the answer here as 1. That's wrong. Right. That's what we did using while loops. That means, in other terms, while the condition is true until the condition becomes false, this will run infinite. Right now, this is how it gonna work out. Right now, here if it is a flow chart, if you're gonna use, we have the statements. Before the statements, we have the condition. Here we have this. This is what is gonna happen. Like if the condition is true, it will check here the condition. The condition is true, it will perform the statements and then it will again check the condition. If the condition is false, it will exit. Now this is how the while loop works. This is how the while loop works. Now here I'm going to talk about the do while loop. In the do while loops, here if I take the do while loop into this side, right now the do while loop, right, in the do while loop, it's like the opposite of this. Here it performs the operations. It performs the operations first, then it checks the condition. If the condition is true, again it will go to the statements. If the condition is true, it will repeat this. If the condition is false, then it will. Right, now this is the statements, the body statements. Here, this is the condition. And if the condition is true, it's gonna repeat the body statements. If the condition is false, it will exit from the loop. That's how it works. If the condition is false, it will exit from the loop. Right, now the main difference is the while loop will run 1 or right, while loop will run 0 or many times, where the do while loop runs only. The do while loop runs only right one time or many times. Now it will run at least the do while loop will run one times, even though you can see here it will check the conditions first. Here these are the conditions. It will check the conditions of the statement. Sorry, it will perform the statements. It will perform the statements first, then only it will check the condition. Therefore, now the do while loop check the conditions after executing the body statement once. But in the while loop, it will check the condition first, then only it will, if the condition is true, then only it will execute the statements. And therefore, that's the main difference between while loop and the do while loop. The while loop will ask user to, while loop will check the condition first, and thereafter it will execute accordingly. But the do while loop will execute the statements once, and then only it will check the conditions. It will check the condition. Therefore, in simply you can say while loop runs 0 or many times, where the do while loop runs 1 or many times. Therefore, at least one time guaranteed in a do while loop, because the do while loop checks the condition after executing the body statements once. Therefore, that's the difference between while loop and the do while loop. Right, now let's run the write the do while loop. Now here the do while loop. Let's say I want to print 1 to 10 numbers. Right now I can say I equals 1. Thereafter, instead of do, instead of while, here I have do. Let's say now I want to print the I value. Print the I value. And thereafter I need to increase the I value by 1 until I value reaches to 10, let's say. And then here we have a semicolon. Right, now this is how we use do while loop. Now here it will perform the operations first, and then only it will check the condition. It will check the condition later on. Now that's the difference between do while loop. Even let's say now I value is 100, right? Sorry, I value is 100. Then 100 less than 10 is false. No, but even though if you run this now, it will print I value one times because it will print the I value one times and then the condition become false. Okay, try out this and then let's try out some exercises using do while loop. Now you should know, you should have an idea when to use the while loop, when to use the do while loop likewise. Right, okay, let's try out this. You are given a 5-digit number, right? Now I want to get the sum of the digits. I want to get the sum of the digits. Sum of the digits gonna give 1 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 6. Okay, 15. Here it should display sum of the digits equals 15. Okay, try out this using, I don't mind using do while loop or while loop. Okay, try out. Since we are trying the do while loop, okay, please try out using do while loop. And also you can think of reversing the number as well. Like when you are given a number, how to reverse if you have done this. Okay, I will give you hint, do this as well. Like you can get the modulus. By getting the modulus of the number by 10, right, you can get the, like for an example, if you modulus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number by 10, you get 5. Think of that. Okay, quickly do and send me the answer. Right. Okay, and then let's try out. Let me clear this first. Right. Okay, now we need to ask you to enter the number. Right. Then okay, now how to get the right? Anyone who has done it? Okay, equals S. What is S? I didn't get it, Shamodi, this time. What do you mean S equals 0? Do S equals S plus I? I don't think that is correct. Right now we can do it like this. We can have variable called sum equals 0, sum equals sum plus, or sum plus equals, sum plus equals the number modulus 10. Right. Sum plus equals number modulus 10. And then the number has to be updated. No, then I'm going to say number is equals number divided by 10. And right, while the number is greater than 0. Now you can get the sum equals 15. Even if I type 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, then it will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 21. It is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20. Like even it doesn't matter the number digits you have in the number, you'll be able to do this. And also if you want to reverse this number, if you want to reverse this number, if you want to have an integer value for that, okay, think of how to reverse this number right now. Again, the same procedure you will follow with small changes to the code. Try to reverse the number using do while loop. Try to reverse the number. Now, here, let's say you have given 5-digit number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it has to display 5, 4, 3, 2. Like that. How to reverse the number? Quickly figure out. Okay, you can do it as a homework. And then any questions up to now, if you have, please ask. Now, the next day, we're going to start with the for loops and enhance for loops once we complete the arrays. Now, for the time being, remember the main difference between while loop and the do while loop is while loop runs 0 or many times because while loop check the condition first, then only evaluates. But the do while loop, it will check the condition after running the statements once. Therefore, do while loop at least run one time. Then the while loop will at least run 0 times. Therefore, you can say while loop runs 0 or many times, where the do while loop runs 1 or many times. Right? Remember that in your mind. Okay, any questions up to now? You can ask. Otherwise, we can wind up today. Any questions? Please ask. And as I said last time also, please try to find some questions, more questions, and then try to apply into these, and then try to get the answers. If you are having any difficulties, please do let me know. You can post it to the chat, then we can help you. And remember this: if you practice, then only you'll be able to understand the logics, right? Therefore, learning programming language means you need to have a practice. That means then only you'll be able to understand logic, or in order to think about the logics. Therefore, in order to have in order to increase the logical thinking, yes, you need to practice more and more questions. Right. If you do not have questions, you can wind up. Otherwise, please ask. Right. Then it seems no questions. We'll wind up for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.